Republican debate, libs like me gave Donald Trump at least a little bit of credit for his response to a question asking if he approves, like many of the Republican nominees do, in the idea of a flat tax. And he said, the thing about the flat tax that I don't like is that if you make $200 million a year, you pay 10%. Very little relatively to someone making $50,000 a year. We've had a graduated tax system for many years, so it's not a socialistic thing. Unfortunately, Vox did some research into it, and while it is true that he does support a graduated tax system, it turns out that there are graduated tax systems and graduated tax systems. The actual details coming from his book published 4 years ago called Time to Get Tough. In the chapter entitled It's Your Money, You Should Keep More of It, which gives you an idea of what he actually thinks about taxes, here is a description of what those brackets would actually be in his graduated tax system. First of all, it would eliminate the corporate income tax and estate tax entirely and replace the individual income tax with a new 4-bracket system. It eliminates other taxes too, but you're seeing there, if you make $0 to $30,000, only 1% income. That sounds great. Bear in mind that most people from $0 to $30,000 already pay effectively zero income tax after refunds. They pay other taxes. Then it jumps to 5% for $30,000 to $100,000, and gradually up from there, capping out at 15% for income above $1 million. Now, if that sounds low, that's low. That's not low for me as a lib. That's low for the Republican Party. Marco Rubio wants a 35% top rate. Jeb Bush, no fan of the poor or taxes, wants a 28% top rate. So his progressive, his lib tax system has half the top marginal tax rate as Jeb Bush, Mr. Establishment. Would you believe that? And so yes, he does not actually want a flat tax, but in the end, he would tax the richest people in this country far, far less than even other Republican nominees who are extreme fiscal, well, I'm not even going to say conservative, but they're extreme when it comes to their tax policy. And let's get an idea, a visualization of the actual effects of this. Bring up this chart. You're going to see there where the gains go from these tax breaks. Now, if it looks like we left out half the chart, no, it's there. You just can't see it at this point because we had to zoom out so far to see how much those making more than $10 million a year in taxable income would actually save. It's a lot of money. And so, yes, that credit that I gave him for his position on taxes was unearned, and under a Trump presidency would also be untaxed. So anyway, that's just on taxes. We understand that on most issues he's bonkers, but I guess I wasn't too surprised to find out that he was on this one as well. And in the future, if you hear Trump say something that sounds at first reasonable, understand that it makes a lot more sense to believe that he's either lying to you, as in this case, or in his advancing years, he just doesn't remember what his position actually is. And that's my final judgment.